As the Switch came out in 2016, the Chinese have had 3 lovely years to fuck the Switch up. Currently we have a cracked Switch with homebrew working and a semi-functioning emulator. Yuzu. Why am I telling you this? Fuck if I know. So let's actually face the real reason you are here for. The Chinese Switch controller, or the Pro controller. I've seen it listed on eBay for a while now, and since I've seen that the Switch controller works with Windows 10 and even Android, I decided to buy 2 clones and get them working on my Xbox PC. I mean, if the Chinese have made perfect clones of the AirPods, then why on earth can't they crack the Switch's controller, especially with homebrew available? Well, they did it. At least to a certain extent. Let's have a look at this controller, shall we? First off, I must say that the build quality is quite fantastic. It feels very solid and overall feels very well built. The grip feature a rubber texture which is nice in the hand, and since they borrowed the design from Nintendo, it's quite ergonomic, which means my hands don't feel pain or ache after intense gaming sessions. The entire controller is built using ABS plastic and has 5 screws holding the unit together. Aesthetically speaking, it's quite nice in my opinion. The red and blue lines running between the grips and the plastic look awesome, and the color joysticks look even better. The plastic's colors are also fantastic and look just like the actual Switch colors. On the bottom you have some boring script and of course the script made in China. The buttons are nice, clicky and responsive. The A, B, X, Y buttons are the type of mushy yet responsive buttons you find on every single controller, and to be honest they are fine. Both controls are wonderful, responsive and clicky. The concave tip feels nice and makes for great comfort. The D-pad though is rubbish. I can't understand what they went with, but it's stiff and an annoyance to press. I imagine they wanted to copy Nintendo with the design, where they grab a ball and stick it in the middle, thus allowing you only to press one edge. But hell, it is terrible. The triggers are the same as the A, B, X, Y and feel nice to press. They are mushy yet satisfying to press. Observing the controller, we notice a Type-C connector for charging and using with a PC, the 5 buttons for pairing and turbo, and the 4 LEDs for the number of players. The Type-C is a welcome sight, especially with the controller's wired connection. Wirelessly, it works just like a Switch controller, whilst when wired it appears as an X input, or as the usual controller. Now, how does connecting this controller work? It's simple. You don't. Wait, what? Yeah, it's that bad that it doesn't connect. Out of the 2 controls I have, only one was able to pair to my friend's Switch. Yes, I don't have one, and even then it was a pain and a half to get it working. It, no kidding, took me about 10 minutes to get it paired. I also have proof. You see, this controller only has Bluetooth 2.1. 2.1. The flying fuck am I supposed to do with this? And once I got it connected, it worked. It just worked. I personally though thought that there was a tiny bit of latency, but my friend told me that I was dreaming, so I guess there wasn't. I digress. I mean, the Switch isn't exactly the best console in performance wise. I tried on Windows 10 as that was what I originally wanted to use with it. Windows saw it no issues and connected to it with hardly no issues. Unfortunately, it would only pair, not connect, so the PC didn't recognize and Bluetooth didn't work. So wirelessly speaking, this thing is an absolute mess. As they boasted that it worked with a cable, and it appears an Xbox controller, I decided to do just that, and to my surprise it worked flawlessly. No issues whatsoever, it just worked, and no gotchas, it just worked. So yeah. So, the final verdict? Don't buy it. It's absolute trash. I even had 2 to test out and one was worse than the other. Stay honestly the hell away from it and don't not bother with it. It's really unfortunate as this controller is built so well it kinda made me sad to not have it work. But what can we do? If the Chinese decide to fuck us over, then they will do it, I guess? Anyways, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you guys.